Hi, I'm Lauren Joe at NameMyBusiness.co, and I am a sole contract practitioner who specializes in helping entrepreneurs find names for their businesses. And in this video, I want to go into more detail with you about what I would be looking for in a business name and how I would break down a name, either an existing name or again, what I'm going to be trying to look for if I'm helping you to name your business. So, what is the business reading process essentially? So, for business reading, in a business reading chart, if you've already seen my video on a birth name chart, you'll know there are six aspects and then a seventh aspect if you include that soul destiny. Whereas with a business chart, we're just going to have three aspects in that chart. We're going to have the foundation, which again, pretty self-explanatory. This is a foundational number. In the foundation number, we want to see that this relates to numbers that are in your own chart, as well as being an energy, because this is going to be sort of the first impression energy, an energy that's going to be that attractive to your clients, that's going to relate to the type of people that you're wanting to work with, or that's going to help to represent what your business is, what you do, your services, or your products. Building on the foundation, we have the abilities. Again, what are the abilities that this business possesses? So this is another great opportunity to relate back to your chart potentially, or to represent what this business does. Again, if we haven't been able to find for the foundation an energy that's really specifically attractive to the clients you want to work with, we might try to find that energy in the abilities. But in abilities, I would say ideally, this is the number that's meant to represent what your business does, what your services are offering, sort of the experience that clients get working with you. Finally, we have the success. What is your business going to achieve? So this is where you might start to look at what are your goals? This can be, again, where what are clients taking away from working with you? What are you, again, achieving? What is the success of your business? You could kind of think of it almost like a goals. What's the goal for the business? You can think of it in that way. Really, any number, any of the three aspects, we can have them relating back to your chart. But very ideally, we would like to see the foundation relating back to your own chart, whether that's your birth chart or one of your overlay names. So again, a current name that you have, or even a name you've had throughout time. So again, we'll look at all of your different names and then start to see which numbers are going to start to show up in your chart. One in the business chart, I should say, what this can tell us, because this business is an extension of you. That's why we want it to relate back. And so depending on which number from your own chart is showing up in the business name in one of those three aspects, it's telling us that that's a number that this business is really set up to help you work through the energy of that number. So for example, if you had one of your karma numbers, one of your karmic numbers, whether it's the physical karma or spiritual karma from any one of your names, and that number was, let's say, the foundation number of the business, it's telling us, hey, this business was really set up, or it's going to be an area, a place for you to work through those lessons of that karmic number from your own chart. So it's a beautiful thing to see. And it doesn't have to be the karmic number. It could be the talents. Hey, this business is really set up for you to be able to utilize and further tap into your talents. Or it could be the goals. This business is set up to help you to reach and achieve your goals from your chart. So that's one of the big things that we're looking at when I either look at an existing name to see, do any of the three aspects, are they numbers from your chart? If there are no numbers from your chart in the business name at all, then I would see this as a disconnect. And like I said, the business is an extension to you. So if we're not seeing it connecting back to you, it could be good numbers in terms of the business and what the business is, that it could reflect that well. It could really reach and speak to the audience you're trying to work with. But if it's not connecting to you, then it's not really the best name for you and your business. And maybe those could be great numbers for someone else who had those numbers in their chart, but it's disconnected from you. On the other side, it could have numbers that reflect to your chart, but it's not numbers that are great for the audience you're trying to work with. It's numbers that, because there are some numbers within a chart that are going to be a little bit of a turnoff depending on the clients you're trying to work with. There are certain numbers that certain clients, certain groups of people are not going to find attractive and are going to kind of turn them off and kind of keep them from stepping through the door. And so you may have those numbers in your chart. And so they're wanting to show up in the business because they're wanting to get work through, but it's not going to do you any favors because it's going to be a turnoff to your clients. So that's really the big principle of what I'm looking at, is making sure, hey, is this connected to you? Is this connecting back to the numbers from your chart? Again, it doesn't have to be birth name. It could be your current name. It could be a number that shows up in one of the names you've had over time. But ideally, it would be either birth name or your current name. Those are ideal. Doesn't have to be, though. And are these numbers that reflect what you do as a business, what you're offering, and are they energies that your ideal client are going to find attractive? So someone asked me recently, like, what do you get when you do get a name that's in alignment with your ideal audience, alignment with your business and the energy of what you do, alignment with your own chart? What do you get when it's in alignment? And it was interesting. I found it almost difficult to answer that question because it's like asking, what's it like to have a good manager, right? Sometimes the work of a good manager goes unnoticed, but you could articulate a lot more what happens when you have a bad manager, right? That's somewhat the same case with this. When the energies are right, it's not so much that it's giving you a lot. It does give you a lot, don't get me wrong, but you would just notice so much more if that energy was disconnected, was not in alignment, didn't connect to your own chart, was not the energies that was attractive to your clients. It's that it's going to add a lot more problems. That why would you want to deal with that? It's not necessary to have to deal with these obstacles if we take a look at the name and can get it in alignment. So in that respect, it just gives you that ability to have some smoother sailing, to have fewer obstacles in your path so that you can focus on actually running your business. Because at the end of the day, getting the name right, it's just about giving you that smooth start, that smooth sailing. You're still going to have to sail this boat, right? You're still going to have to do all of your admin tasks. You're still going to have to work on your own skills as a practitioner or whatever type of services you're offering or products, that you have a good service, you have good products to sell. So you still need to put the work in to run your business well. But this way, you're taking away the unnecessary obstacles that could take more of your energy, or that, again, on a sort of subconscious level, it's keeping people from wanting to work with you or engage with you because the vibes were off. Right? That's so common these days that we can talk about, well, the vibes were off, or it just got good vibes. So in a big way, that's what this work is doing, is to say, let's not create an unnecessary problem. Let's make sure that we're having the alignment, and that is looking at aligning to your name, to your chart, aligning to the business that you do. Does it speak to that essence of your business? And is it attractive to the clients you want to work with? So the benefit, again, is that it's going to give you that step up, that smooth sailing. And if you have an existing name, it gives you that clarity and confidence to know that this is not where the problem is lying. Or to find out, hey, this was where the part of what the problem was. It was just not the right name to give the right energy to what I wanted to do. So if you have an existing business, it can really help to get the clarity on that. Or if you're starting a new business, just make sure you're starting off on that right foot and knowing that you're going to avoid some unnecessary obstacles that could have come in based off some of the energies in the name. So I hope that gives you a great idea of what we're looking at for a business name and the benefits. And if you're interested in booking a reading with me, I would love to work with you. I'm so passionate about this work. And I do think it has such great potential in helping you start or continue on your business. Thanks for joining me today, and see you around next time.